going, everybody? I'm Tyler Dunne with the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, and it is your lucky day because Greg Matzek of WTMJ Radio and the Packers post-game show is joining us for today's video. How's it going, buddy?
I'm doing well, my friend. It's legitimately cold out, and it's going to be about this weather for the game on Sunday. Field is hard as a rock. I know they'll say it's in good shape, and maybe the traction will be right, but it's not going to be easy to play in on Sunday for both teams, really.
It's cold, and you know, they opened up the doors inside the Hudson Center. We're in there. It's about, what did Mike McCarthy say, 22 degrees inside. It's 0 and negative 25 outside wind chill. Today, let's talk about Aaron Rodgers and the calf herd around the world. Everybody's on calf watch. Did not participate at practice today. Mike McCarthy doesn't sound too concerned. Rodgers isn't too concerned. What do you think about this calf injury?
I know one thing that's not good for muscle pulls or strains, and that's cold weather. So I think that's going to be the difficult challenge. I think is to keep it loose. Try and make sure that it's not a problem when he's trying to elude the pocket. You saw that touchdown pass to Randall Cobb when Rodgers went down. He got up on his toes and started to elude the pocket. You do that with a calf strain, and it's dangerous. That's dangerous territory. Very unpredictable injury. Yeah. When he's running more flat-footed, he seems to be okay, but how much can you do that? One false move with a calf injury, and it comes back to haunt you. You can feel like everything is great during the course of the day, but you make that one false step, your calf is in a constant state of pull. Very hard muscle to relax.
So there's a decent chance that he goes out there Sunday, right, and it has to stay in the pocket again, has to play that Tom Brady game, that Peyton Manning game. Do you think Green Bay can win that type of game against Dallas? You know, it's not exactly a Seattle Seahawks defense they're dealing with here, but very opportunistic, force a ton of turnovers, 18 interceptions, I think, 13 forced fumbles. So can Green Bay offensively do what they want to do, put up 30, 40 points if he's inside the pocket?
Well, I think they can. I think they can score on the Dallas defense. They were able to move the ball against Detroit with Aaron Rodgers being hobbled there in that second half, and that was fresh off the injury. So Dallas, their defensive front, I don't think gives you the same level of concern. They don't get to the quarterback with the same proficiency. So I think the offense will be fine. Can they keep DeMarco Murray on the sideline and have a longer, sustained sort of drive? I think they can. They scored 37 points against Dallas a year ago, and that was with Matt Flynn at quarterback.
And you know what? This Packers offensive line, we can talk about Dallas, all the first-rounders, all the Pro Bowlers. Green Bay's offensive line has almost had just as good of a season, really. Aaron Rodgers didn't have a lot of pressure on him at all against Detroit, one of the best front fours, so that's going to be really big, too, is if they can really create that cut protection where he really wasn't touched at all against Detroit, they can play a different game.
You can't be one-dimensional, right? So if the run game doesn't work and then Rodgers is left back there on his own and he's not terribly mobile, you might have some issues, right? But I don't think Dallas brings that kind of ferocity to the defense. So Eddie Lacy, I think, is going to be very important. Again, time of possession, I think, is critical in this game. It hasn't always been for the Packers this season, but when you consider what they can do running the football, the Dallas Cowboys, you wouldn't mind having DeMarco Murray get sore muscles and tight and cold on the sidelines versus on the field.
Big key this year, too, is Eddie Lacy. You know, he's had the bad ankle sprain last year, had the asthma issues. He's a much more healthier running back right now, fresh. I think getting James Starks the ball, he talked about that a little bit today, getting Starks involved more early in the season kind of prepared Eddie Lacy for the stretch run.
Yeah, last year about this time, Eddie Lacy was wearing a boot during the week and then playing on the weekends and not able to practice much, and now he's healthier. About 60 less carries this year than a year ago, so he's fresh, and you got the James Starks option as well. So Packers' run game is in a great position right now. And you mentioned the offensive line. You know, all the talk all year long has been Dallas and their offensive line. They got handled last week against Detroit, so might be some opportunities for the Packers defense to get to Tony Romo, maybe bottle up the run a little bit.
And man, if it is this cold,
it's brutal out here, dude. My eyes are watering. I got gloves.